One of the ways that we further the project of opening up the educational space is really to start listening to young folks. Teachers, to be very successful, have to be able to connect with students, to understand learning from the perspective of individual students. It's not a, one-size-fits-all way of learning. When you teach them in ways that are reflective of the ways in which they view culture, they're much more effective learners. That onus on that actually comes on the educators because it forces educators to get out of their comfort zone. Very often institutions are afraid of what culture is because culture is something that's not quantifiable, right? Culture is not something that's controllable. Culture is a thing that just kind of bubbles up, but yet it's a thing that connects students to their lives. We have to create a classroom or a teaching style that's flexible enough, malleable enough to be able to reach different kinds of learners and use culture as a way to begin to talk about ideas, right? And then to connect those ideas to facts. We also have to recognize that part of the learning process is not always learning, right? Part of it is finding joy and pleasure in the consumption process, right? So there has to be some sort of space in the classroom for joy, for pleasure, for the articulation of desire, right? We have to find all kinds of ways to do that. And when we start doing that more effectively, we will see young folks respond in kind. The ideal classroom is plugged in, right? Where, professors are able to recall information, particularly visual information. We have a generation of folks who have a kind of comfort with handheld technology. They've been multitasking all their life. They have access to more information than any generation that's ever existed on this earth. So what that means with the classroom, whether it's K through 12 or we're talking about higher ed, it's really creating a classroom space that is in conversation with the way that young folks consume media and consume information. But we have to find a way to create a more vibrant classroom that takes advantage of digital technology, particularly handheld technology. It would be great to have a classroom space where the things that I'm thinking about in my head that I want to immediately show to my students could just pop up on a screen. To me, that would be the most incredible plugged-in classroom of the future.